I caught you yawning.
Well, I know. I don't even know what time it is, but it's getting there.
Alright, I wanted to show you guys what we did. We made this cool, what would you call that?
I would call that a hydraulic ram garter. No, I'm just kidding. What would you call that?
Axle skid plate for your
Axle skid plate.
for your ram.
Ram protector. Ram arbor.
We made a cool skid plate. I think it's pretty awesome. And then, oh, we can't even see this, but look. You can kind of see it from here. That little dude right there, it's kind of like shaped like a wave.
Or a Nike swoosh.
Or a Nike swoosh that holds the other end of the ram. And is that all we've accomplished? I guess that's pretty good. Seems like we've been doing some more stuff though. But
we got the, the end on the tie rod and everything. I can actuate it back and forth. Did we do that already or not?
Yeah, we did. But we didn't do it with it all mounted up.
Oh yeah.
Let's check it out mounted up. This, of course, we haven't welded that yet. There it is, folks.
There it is, folks. Works good. Working good, yo.
We had a tip and trick that we wanted to show you though. That's what Jeremy's going to do right now. So you have this big, huge tire. It's 42 inches. It weighs a gazillion pounds.
So, a lot of people have 35-inch tires, stuff like that. Pretty much anything above 35 and up. It's a pain in the butt to get it put on the axle tube. Put it on the lug nuts. So if you got like a 33 and whatever, that's fine. But you see everybody get down on their butt and they get up to it and they get all up in there and they're like around the tire and they lift it up on there with all their might. Well, that doesn't work with a 42 or a 44-inch tire. That's like not even an option. Like, you'll spend all day. So I do know people that'll lean them up on there and jack the axle up and just get it just right to where the hub hooks on the wheel and they can lift it up and get it on there. Again, that's a huge pain. So the trick is, big old heavy tire that weighs more than Matt does, literally. So like, how's he gonna pick it up? For purpose, we just grabbed a piece of junky bar, but pry bar would be best, anything like that. Set it down in the center of your deal, like so. And the whole key here is to lean the tire over when you roll it in. So you lean the tire back and roll it in at an angle and walk it in just ever so slightly. And then you grab your bar and you lift it up on there. Now when you go to do it, you twist your bar around just a little bit and it's on. Like, you don't have to do any work. Like, it's already on the lug nuts. That easy. So it's a pretty cool trick. Because I'm a big boy and I can't pick that tire up and put it on there. So you got to use a bar. And like I said, you saw me do it. I was talking, not even paying attention. It's on the lug nuts. You just take it and once you pop it up on there, just move your bar just a little bit and the tire will just rotate and go right on the lug nuts. It's like super easy. But you can do that on any size tire, whatever. So it ain't even got to be a big monster tire.
I was telling Jeremy when I patched this tire over here, I put a patch on the inside, if you guys saw that video. And a lot of people were making fun of me saying, just carry a spare, you dummy. Well, I made the video thinking about huge tires like this. For one, there's no way to carry a spare that big. You just don't do it. But even if you did carry a spare that big, you wouldn't be able to lift it up off the mount to even, it's not possible. So
yeah, it would literally break your back. So the closest thing you can carry to a spare is an inner tube. Literally.
Or a tire patch.
No, but I'm just talking, even if you had a big old gash, a tube's not going to work. You're going to blow the tube out immediately. If you had a big old gash, that's where the tire repair kit comes in. I carry all that. Hell, I have an air grinder in my Jeep with the thing, so I can seriously do it in my Jeep.
That's what some other people were saying too, is that you're not going to have all those tools.
I got them. I got every bit of them. I went and bought the grinder for my grinder, and just like a tire shop has, the whole deal. I got the little roller thing. I got it all. I got a pint-sized thing of the rubber cement. I got it all.
So I witnessed Jeremy doing this out on the trail, and I went and bought all the same tools so that I could repair tires also. So for those people who are saying that you're not going to have the tools to patch a tire on the trail. You have whatever you carry.
Yeah, I mean, I got, like I said, I was starting to say, I got patches that big. Because, I mean, these tires are huge, but, I mean, on top of that, if you're repairing a 3-inch gash, you need a monster patch. So, I mean, I got some that are real rigid for different applications or whatever. But.
And for, you know, air, we all have York air compressors, or we have CO2 tanks. So, you know, you have compressed air out on the trail.
And y'all watched us change tires with a dang high lift jack and a bunch of freaking screwdrivers, but we literally took 2 pry bars out of my Jeep, a high lift jack. We took the 35-inch tire off the wheel. It had shoved a stick in the bank straight through the sidewall. This was at like 1 in the morning or something. I don't remember. It was late either way, whatever it was. We took it apart. The 2 dudes held the tire open, and we all got in there, cleaned it up, glued it on, and away they went. They made it home that night, which I'm not saying you should take off down the road with that, but it works.
All right, so he's got the tire on here, and the reason we put that on is because we want to measure the wheelbase for the first time.
What do you think it's going to be? I'm pushing it's going to be all over 130.
We're taking bets. Let me look at it.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be longer than my Scorpion.
It's definitely longer than the Scorpion. There's
So,
no doubt about that.
My Scorpion is, what, 123. So I'll go 129.
You what?
I'm going to go 129.
What the heck? This is like Wheel of Fortune a cent off or something?
What do you guess?
Plus 130. I think 131, 132, maybe even longer than that. Where's the tape?
Here we go.
Here, no, hand me the tape. I got this. Hey, you stay back here, please.
You think you can do it on your own?
I'm about to find out.
I'll come over here so we can see what this looks like from the back while you're doing that.
Uh-oh. I could have this all wrong. I didn't really...
Hey, now, it's still off the ground. It's gonna...
Huh?
It's still off the ground. It's gonna make a difference of about 1/8 of an inch.
1/8?
Where are we going?
Just for the wheel, one side, front or back of the wheel.
Okay, when you measure your wheelbase, you pick a side. So I'm gonna pick the back wheel right here.
Oh, we're way wrong.
So Jeremy's gonna measure.
Oh my goodness! Did we not measure this once before? And like guessed it at like a high 120s.
No, I think we said 135 last time we measured.
Yeah, we're way wrong.
What is it?
It's 124.5.
Oh, that's good.
That is good. That's real. That is actually great wheelbase.
I didn't.
122. That's a great wheelbase.
I didn't want a monster. So what did you say?
124.5. What we came up right there.
124.5.
Yeah. I'm sure you can squeak a 1/2 inch out of the back of those links and get it at 125.
So that's 1.5 inches longer than the Scorpion.
Yeah. But no, well, I remember that. The only reason I said that long wheelbase is that one day we were messing around and we like came up like 130. So we're all over that 130. We must have just had it.
I think we just had it mocked up.
Yeah, but that's good. That is good. 122 on a big rig. That's good.
I must have brought the because remember at first I was wanting this to be out like further here, so I maybe would have brought the front in a little bit.
The back.
Oh, I'm trying to do
like 120 in the morning. So
I'm trying to do 2 things at once here. I'm trying to frame the shot and talk at the same time.
You're supposed to be tongue-tied. It's like late or early, however you look at it.
Oh, so we found out that the front drive shaft is almost perfect. I just need to cut 1 inch or 2 off of here and it'll work. The rear drive shaft though needs to be 53 inches and this one is only what, about 25? So definitely need a new rear drive shaft. And the skid plate, not gonna work at all. But I don't know if I showed them the exhaust yet, but the exhaust is gonna work out perfect, so I didn't have to mess with any of that. That's the good thing about getting the donor rig. We were talking about that earlier. Having the donor rig saved so much time, don't you think?
So much time. Like just, it's the little things, like even just the drive shaft already having the U-joints, all the axles being built, for the most part all the wheel bearings are together, the link mounts are already on, the brake lines are on. Like we're talking about, the hydraulic ram has a Delrin spacer inside of it so that you can limit the ram correctly so that it doesn't push on your knuckles, like, because it's a ram. So if you don't limit the ram's going to continue to push when you go to lock. So like that spacer's already in there. So like, you know, that's hours of work. Take a ram apart and and get it all the way down to the thousandths and get your Delrin spacer perfectly mocked up. So there's like tons. Like think of the motor. It already got the camshaft in it, all the accessories, the York air compressor. I don't know if you told them anything about the York air compressor, but that's completely custom, one off. You don't, I mean, now Goat Build or something makes one, but this thing's completely hand built. Like that's got hours in that. You know, the way that thing's made. That's the exact bracket that I've got on my Jeep. I didn't design it, but it's on mine.
Computer's already sitting there, already done.
Yeah.
All the brake lines and everything. Fuel lines were already there.
So much of it.
Yep. A lot of time saved right there. So,
yeah.
Get you a donor Jeep.
And build you a new one. Go find a good one and build you something cooler. No.
People are still hating on me for tearing apart the CJ, but
yeah, but you know, when you get done, they'll be sad. But there's gonna be a cool looking vintage Comanche.
This one's gonna be so much cooler.
And it's got a snowplow for a front bumper, guys. Check that out.
I'm not done. He keeps making fun of the bumper, but I'm not finished. It's gonna be cut up a lot more.
I hope. It's probably gonna lift up about 2 inches when you get all that weight off there. That's a big old thing.
In the video.
In the video is the very end.
Yeah.
I remember it's like almost 4 in the morning, so.
It's late, folks.
It's real late.
It's past Jeremy's bedtime.
Yeah, definitely best. Good thing it's a weekend. It's Friday, if y'all don't know. So.
Hit the like button, the blue bell, subscribe, Patreon. Yep. Later. Bye.